each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us. And remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Yeah, hello. Yeah. The live after the meeting. I had a little bit of time. And friend gave me a topic. Let me fix my camera a little bit here. It's cutting off the top of my head, but that's too high. I can never get this just right. There we go. Then I need to lean back. There we go. Oh man, I didn't restart my computer, but but chat's working. All right. So chat's working. Hopefully we don't get caught up. I get cut off at 15 minutes. Amber wants me to tell Isaac a story because he's a poop banana and she won't give him the phone. Hey, Angel. Hi, Steve. Good to see you. Good to have you both. Angel gave me this topic. I was like, I need a topic. And I was like, oh, Angel sent me one. Yeah. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. We just, let's talk about, we had our meeting today, our in-person meeting. And again, it's funny because the people that are showing up to the in-person meeting, some of them kind of come back to the online meeting at the 5 o'clock. People seem to enjoy that. But the 2 o'clock meeting, it always seems to be people that are from out of town. Today I had a doctor's office near here and I needed a meeting. If for some reason, it is always people coming in that need a meeting right now. Yeah. So, it makes them, it helps. It helps, especially when you're a poop banana. All right. Now, the question is, are poop bananas yellow? I don't know. I do not know. I'm only doing this to entertain a child. But I know you're all entertained because we're all kind of children at heart, right? Yeah. All right. One more time. Poop banana. Okay. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. Yeah, we do weird stuff here, but we got to have fun. And I kind of have a weird sense of humor. So, but if you're here, please say hello. No, Wall said hello. Whether you're watching live or the rewatch. If you haven't figured out, I tend to stem. I can't help myself. I'm always walking around singing, so people look at me weird, but I don't care. I was singing in the chiropractor's office. Oh, that felt nice. Oh, my hips were hurting. Oh, feel much better now. All right. So why do we need to put sobriety first? Right. Now, and this is and I'm gonna kind of change that to recovery. Sobriety is a great start. Sobriety is the absence of alcohol. I was actually talking to my therapist about this because she considers that word clean. That if you're clean, you haven't drank any. I'm like, no, for me, alcohol is sobriety. Drugs are clean. That's how I differentiate them. But it can work both ways. It certainly can. So it doesn't matter. But either way, whether it's clean or sober, recovery is kind of where we're at, right? So why do we need to put our cleanliness, our sobriety first? because anything before it, you will lose. That's why. It's kind of it's weird without my sobriety, without my recovery. I don't get to do the 2 o'clock meetings. I don't get to help people out. I don't get to be a part of. I don't get to be a part of society. Period. And I shouldn't be, because when I'm drinking, I'm a dangerous person. I'm very, very dangerous. And it's tough because, especially if you have children. Does your recovery come before your children? It needs to. It needs to come before your children, or the kids ain't going to be around. CPS is going to take them, or grandma's going to take them, or because I know, at least for me, taking care of the kids was superseded by alcohol. Absolutely, it was. I was, I was, that was the reason I was an absentee father. I knew I would do something just fucking stupid. All right. But let's dig into this a little bit more. Those are the main reasons, because, and that's what a SLIP stands for. Sobriety lost its priority. Right. Now for me, so let's do this, because let's see. So sobriety comes first, but your kids, your family, your friends, they're all part of the recovery. So do your kids come first? Kinda. In a way they do. Right? Because we didn't get sober so that we didn't hang out with our kids. That's how we know. That's how why we did. We got sober because we wanted more time with the family. We wanted to participate. We wanted to be a part of. But when I have alcohol, it will take all of that away. And it's not going to just kind of take it away. The moment I take a drink, it's gone. That's the way society works. I don't know why. You don't know why, because you haven't lost everything. You didn't. Just get your butt back to AA, get to your meetings, do what you need to do. So sobriety must come first for an alcoholic, because it is a life or death matter that prevents relapse. So and that's just a different way of saying what I was just talking about. All right. Now, you might get fooled by this every now and again. Yeah. You might see something pretty and shiny that leads you away from the pack. And we got to be careful of this stuff. We got to be careful, especially in the beginning. Right? I was just talking with somebody, and they're like, I haven't worked on my 4-step and I'm in the middle of it, and you know how that goes. I don't think I need to describe to anybody here what happens during the 4-step, right? But they're having a hard time. And what I did is I'm like, just break it down. Clearly their sponsor has not taught them this. So I taught them how to break it down a little bit so that it's easier to do. 15, 20 minutes a day, and do it consistently. And within a couple of weeks, your 4-step will be done. But you got to stay consistent. Get back to it. Don't beat up on yourself because you haven't done it in a little while. Get over that and just get back to work. No harm, no foul. Get back to what you were usually doing. Angel says, I think that doing the work needs to be a priority too. I was never too busy in my early sobriety, no matter how many jobs I worked. Yeah, when I start hearing people say, well, and they're like a couple weeks, well, I just can't get to a meeting today. I'm too busy. Let's just call bullshit. You're 2 weeks sober and your time's that full already. All that time you spent drinking that is now open. No, we know what's going on here, alcoholic. You don't like your time being disrupted. Neither did we. And we had to get past that. You've got to get past, okay, getting upset with your time being interrupted. And that will change. After a little while, it'll change. Where you're like, I have to go to this meeting too. Hey, is it 5 yet? Is it time for the meeting? I can't wait to see my friends. Then find your home group. Find where you belong. If you're not excited about going and seeing your friends, then maybe we need to make a little change. Okay. It allows for the brain to heal and enables the individual to rebuild a fulfilling life. And we need to be fulfilled on a daily basis. This program is a day at a time. The whole thing is. And that is important, right? I like doing it this way. Right now, I'm doing the Daily Trudge. It is the only thing happening in this world right now, right here, for me and a couple other people. Anything outside of that is a what if. Anything outside of that is a what if. Right? The 5 o'clock meeting is coming up. It ain't here. It's not here. So I could either sit around and, wait till 5 o'clock, or I can fill my time with something a little bit more useful now. Okay. If you got 20 minutes on your hands, go sweep the driveway. Do something. Because then you're going to go out there later and be like, oh, that looks a lot better. Looks a lot better. Angel says, and don't argue with your sponsor when they call you on your BS. When sobriety is top priority, the individual prioritizes their recovery by making healthy choices. Accountability. Yeah. See, when your sobriety comes first, when recovery comes first, your intentions have changed. And since your intentions have changed, your life will too. It may take a little while. It's actually going to happen kind of quick, but you're not going to notice it because you live in your own head. So you don't see these changes quickly. To you, it's just another day. Okay. You might be feeling better, things like that. Okay. So it's things like, oh, you know what? A drink sounds really good. Oh, I can't. I got to meet with my sponsor later. Oh, I can't. I'm chairing the 5 o'clock meeting tonight. Right. Amber says, I asked Isaac if he wanted to listen to you or my New York meeting. He will answer, so I came here. He wanted to listen to this more. Because in the New York meeting, they didn't say poop banana. Right? And I think, and you described, I think they're yellow on the outside. When you open it, it's just a turd. There's been a lot of shit talk here in the last week. And by shit talk, I mean it literally. Amber says, glad I did. I don't think I could have gotten someone in the meeting to also call him a poop banana. The only reason I did is because you gave me permission. All right. Right. So creating a supporting environment and establishing new coping mechanisms like breathing. For God's sakes, learn some breathing techniques. Okay. Breathe in, hold it for 3 seconds, breathe out. Do that 4 or 5 times. That is a breathing technique. Go for a walk. Read something else. Make sure that in the beginning of your sobriety, you are very careful on what you watch on social media, what you watch on. In fact, if you are newer to sobriety, I would actually recommend that you get rid of your social media for the first 5-6 months. A lot of people do. Not required, but it does seem to keep people more aligned with the path instead of getting caught up in worldly clamors, which is really easy to do even when you've been in the program for a while. But when you're new, oh man, you still got that anger, that angst. Okay. And that's not going to make a very good day for you. This is about you. And alcohol is an equal opportunity destroyer. It does not understand things like gender, race, beliefs. No, it just wants to destroy your life. It is its one and only purpose, besides cleaning things. Now, alcohol was at first a disinfectant. When I was growing up, you'd see barrels, XXX. That meant poison. XXX means poison. ultimately leading to a life with more clarity, improved relationships, and increased self-esteem. Okay. Now, alcoholics have this strange mental twist. That's what they call it in the big book, the strange mental twist. There are going to be times in your life when you have no mental defense against the first drink. But if you go to meetings on a regular basis, if you talk with your sponsor, if you do these things, instead of going and having a drink, you're going to go to somebody and be like, I feel like fucking having a drink right now. Why is that? That's the difference. It's okay to crave it. It's okay. All right. I haven't had a craving in a while. But in the beginning, oh yeah. You know, I'd see an alcohol commercial, I'd start drooling. Okay. But I've also watched dog food commercials and drooled also. So you tell me. They both taste like shit. Right? So the main reason that we don't, okay, because it prevents relapse. Now, is relapse a part of recovery? Now, remember earlier what I said about slip and a relapse. Slips are a part of recovery, but relapses are not. But if we're taking them one in the same, then yeah, then relapses are recovery also. Okay. I don't care how you say it. But when I'm writing notes, clinical notes, they're separate. They are. They're different. So I'm just letting you know that there's a difference, right? So it prevents relapse. Okay. Now, why am I saying that relapse can be part of that? A slip can be a part of recovery. All right. Let's say you've been sober 9 months. You know what? Let's go with my story. I was in the middle of my 4th step and I went out. I had a slip. Last time I ever drank. Had a 6-pack. I detoxed for 2 weeks. Shitty. It was shitty. All right. Now, my sponsor did not miss a beat. Because, of course, I'm over here going, great, we have to start all over. And, you know, because I'm an alcoholic and I go to an extreme. And he said, no, Dion, we don't need to start over. What we need to do is you and I need to go revisit steps 1, 2, and 3. We need to redo 3 and put you right back on step 4. And that's what we did right then and there. He said, these last 9 months, you have made a lot of improvements. Those are not gone. And this is also not permission for you to go out and have a slip, or it will be albeit if you consciously decide, oh, wait a minute, well, the 9 months do count, then you're going to take that away from yourself. So don't do that. That's not a challenge, Mr. I Miss Alcoholic. Okay. So you didn't lose what you got in those 9 months. You just lost the date. That's why this is a day at a time program. Time does kind of matter in a sense. Thank you, old timers, and everybody that came before me. Great job. I'm so happy that people, you know, pass with 30, 40, 50 years of sobriety. Good job. But it isn't any different from the person who has 6 months of sobriety who passed away. Still great job. Congratulations. That's what we're going for, right? Now, so see how slips can be a part of recovery. It's perception, because it's just like anything else. It's a problem. So, you know, what my sponsor did is like, why did you drink? And I just felt like drinking with my friend. That's all it was. That's all it was. And I had no mental defense against it. No. Not restores control. Active alcoholism. Give me a second here. I got to let people know that the meeting is coming up. There we go. So easy to copy and paste. What putting sobriety first looks like: creating a supportive environment. You know, we've been a lonely people for a long time. And, you know, some alcoholics are hard to get to know. I'm one of them. I know I come on here And I'm open about things. I talk about things. I'm transparent, but that doesn't mean I sit here and tell you about my personal stuff all the time. I'm actually kind of hard to get to know. It's going to take a little while. And I would prefer that it does. I really do. That means something to me because I'm big on one thing. Loyalty is my biggest thing. And loyalty takes time because I need to see. Right. So here's a big one. It gets you to a place. This is okay. If you work the program, your therapist is going to love you because you're doing half the work before you get there. See, that's what's great about AA. What it allowed me to do, right? And my sobriety had to come first. So I had to finish the steps. I finished the steps and then I went to therapy. Okay. Now, if you're in therapy, you're doing stuff, great. That's like, that's just how it happened for me. Okay. And since I had cleared away the ground with the 12 steps, I was able to get down to the causes and conditions of my other trauma going on. And I was still able to utilize the same skills. Then I got another set of skills, which I also use in the program. So it gets you to a place where professional help actually works. Oh, and because you'll talk to alcoholics, oh, therapy didn't work for me. Okay, well, therapy didn't work for you for a reason because you weren't honest. And a therapist can't help you unless you're being honest. Well, I drink way too much. Did you say that when you talked to him? No, you didn't. Well, how much do you drink? Well, I don't drink that much. Yeah, compared to who? Compared to what? See, alcoholics aren't honest. And that's just by nature. It's part of who we are. It's our makeup. So therapy only works if you can be honest. Otherwise, therapy is not going to work. Because a good therapist will let you run your mouth until the answer comes out. That's what they do. And they push and nudge you to the answer with little ways, right? Because when you come up with the answer, it sticks. It was your idea. So therefore, it becomes solid in your head, even though they knew the answer already. Right? You ever had somebody that tried to help you get sober say to you, "Oh no, how many times I told you that you didn't listen to me?" Right? Right? Yeah. So, okay. And then you can focus on personal growth. Okay. There are so many benefits to putting your sobriety first. Now, I think a lot of people think that once they get sober, I know I kind of felt this way, and I felt this way a couple times in sobriety, not being a part of things like that. And I found something out. I ain't missing out on nothing. And you're not missing out on anything either. There is a very good reason God has kept me away from those things, right? Like the recovery community. I mean, they're not always nice to me. They don't invite me to come play their reindeer games. They don't invite me. They don't want me there. It doesn't matter. I have a wealth of friends, right? But yeah, I felt left out. Therefore, I got a little jealous. Okay. This is called what it is. Because without honesty, we can't work through it. I was getting jealous because, I was jealous because they kind of kicked me out of everything, but still had the party that I put together for all the employees, and I was uninvited. That's what really got me. That's what hurt the most, especially when a couple of people that were my friends went there, and they were no longer my friends. Still love you, but loyalty, yeah. All right. So, guess what? All those people got in trouble for something, right? All those people so guess what? I didn't miss out on anything, did I? Actually, I did miss out on something. Medicaid fraud. Oh, no. This is God. If you feel like you're missing out on something, is because God is protecting you from something that's going to happen down the line. It's always happened that way. Angel says, we are your friends. Of course you're my friends, silly. Silly. Of course you are. When I talk like that don't include you. Fuck. All right. So that's why we put sobriety first. Now, if you have a slip, it's all right. Just get your butt back to the meeting. AA is the one place where you will go in and they will be like, you drank again and you came back? Nice. You came back? Awesome. Everywhere else in the world, they're going to be like, oh, you drank? I'm so disappointed in you. Fuck you. Go to your AA meeting where they support you and they give you the right answer. Because that person putting you down, they don't have the solution. They don't have the solution. The people that have been through it, they have the solution. I have a solution. Amber has a solution. Angel has a solution. Steve has a solution. Even Poop Banana has a solution. I slipped one more in for him. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out and have a day.